Test is sponsored by We Are Wrestling. You can find
Make sure to subscribe, baby.
What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host, the best one, Donnie, here with...
What is going on, everybody? Danny Huckins here, man. 1/3 of We Are Wrestling. And right over there is the Asian sensation, man. The Hulk Hogan of the We Are Wrestling.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Ben here, the other third to We Are Wrestling. How you guys doing tonight? We are on yet another celebratory episode when it comes to somebody's amazing legacy of a career. And who is that individual today, gentlemen?
My childhood hero, John Cena!
My tits were just bouncing, almost hit me in my face.
Oh, shit.
So, if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, the best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications, videos be coming out of nowhere, like an attitude adjustment, and of course, you already know, the grind is real. You like that? You like that curveball?
You threw me the fuck off. I was like, wait. Oh, yeah!
Yeah, Randy Orton tried hitting the RKO, but instead John Cena said, fuck that. He gave him the apple juice adjustment.
You got the F you. Anyways.
So this week on the We Are Wrestling Talk Show, we are going to be honoring a lot of people's childhood heroes. One of the best in the business. 16-time, right? 16-time world champion.
Yeah, Orton's only 2 away.
Freaking Cena.
Yeah,
if not arguably the biggest WWE star to date, period. Like, arguably. Like, you may have loved him, you may have hated him, but there is no denying he is one of, if not still the face of WWE. Like, you can't think about WWE without John Cena. You cannot. So, he's solidified, man. He's absolutely fucking bonkers.
And for those of you that are watching this, and you guys, you might not watch WWE programming all the time, WWE is coming back to WWE this summer, June 27th, which
WWE is coming back to WWE.
You mean John Cena is?
John Cena is coming back to WWE.
Well, I mean, he's not wrong.
June 27th, man. And that is the exact 20th year since John Cena debuted, because he debuted June 27th, 2002.
That
with
is
a call out from
That's awesome.
That is nuts. He got to come back on the fucking anniversary, man. Like, that's going to be absolutely
on Raw,
lit.
too, where, like, he was really established. Like,
yeah,
that's crazy to me.
It would have been even cooler if he came back to
20
SmackDown, because
years.
SmackDown is really where he made a name for himself before Raw.
Before he became the poster child.
Yeah, because he got drafted back in 2005 after WrestleMania 21, right? Because Jericho welcomed him to Raw.
And that was the first feud. That's when the championship switched. Batista was on SmackDown, Cena was on Raw.
And it's funny because I was actually present for Batista's final match on Raw against JBL. I was there live in fucking Mohegan Sun Arena. I think it was August 1st, 2005. I was there.
Wow.
I was there. I saw Hurricane that year. I saw Cena come out and whoop fucking Chris Jericho's ass. Matt Hardy returned that night in the limo. Like, it was nuts, dude. Like, I saw that show fucking live, so it's exhilarating as fuck, man.
Here's the thing. Like, I gotta say this about John Cena, and as an NBA fan with basketball, I gotta compare John Cena's career to LeBron James.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because, like, especially with that WrestleMania buildup with Rock versus Cena, it reminded me of, like, Michael Jordan versus LeBron, the game we never got.
I'm sorry, but you are fucking great and are destined for great things when you can straight up bitch slap someone so hard into another era of wrestling.
Very true. He did piss The Rock off.
Aggression. He bitch slapped him into the ruthless aggression, dog.
I got this. Ruthless aggression.
Bitch slap.
Boom, right to the Kurt Angle's mouth.
So let's go from the beginning. So the night John Cena debuted against Kurt Angle, I feel like that really solidified himself because that night, like he was getting handshakes from
Dude,
Undertaker and like all these big
he
names.
outperformed a lot of debut wrestlers and lasted and brought fucking Kurt Angle around the fucking ring, dude. He ran circles with Kurt Angle in that ring for his debut match. Everybody knew that this kid was bright. Everybody knew. And he was freshly out of Springfield College. He spent time here, my dude. He spent time down the street from us, my guy.
Look,
I know
look,
one of my teachers,
guy-
one of my gym coaches at when I was in high school went to college with him.
Yeah, my stepbrother Zach's. I think one of his gym teachers was John Cena's best friend at the time. Yeah, out in Springfield College.
Yeah. Here's how you know John Cena is a star. He came out of Springfield College.
You know he's a star because he's Massachusetts born, just like the rest of us. Every Massachusetts born somebody fly.
My guidance counselor as well in high school. That was his best friend in college. They were roommates.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, again, I've noticed that most stars that come from Massachusetts fucking blow up, dude. It's nuts. Stained is from here. All That Remains is from here. John Cena's from here. Sully Ernest's from here. Fucking Aerosmith is fucking here. Mark Wahlberg's from here. Like, the list goes on and on. Even, we're going to leave this very fucking, I'm just saying it, and we're going to keep going. I don't want to talk about it. Even Sasha Banks is from fucking Boston.
And guess what?
She's not fucking talented! Anyways, continue.
Her husband's from Springfield.
And he's an ugly too.
He's a seamstress for WWE. His dad works at I went
off.
The big Friendlies building or whatever, the factory.
Yeah,
his dad works there.
Wait, Sasha Banks's husband, fiance, boyfriend's dad worked there? Huh, interesting. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, he's from here.
Oh,
so back to John Cena's debut now. Here's the thing I got to say about that. Cena really proved himself, and the thing is, a lot of people, I'm going to call out the marks on this.
Mm-hmm.
The Cena haters. They always say, "Oh, John Cena can't wrestle. Oh, he's got 5 moves." But you guys can back me up on this.
Yeah, I will.
When that matters, he shows up. And he puts on the performance of a lifetime, just like he did against Kurt Angle in that debut, and he made a statement.
I think one of my favorite things that John Cena has ever said to anybody, and it was probably the greatest burn, I don't even know if he could top it, but it was towards Miz, and he said that the only movies you have ever been in are crappy fucking knockoff reboots or bootlegs of movies I already did. I was like, damn, he fucking flamed this dude. He is one of the best on the mic.
Hands down.
Dude, John Cena is one of those professional wrestlers / sports entertainers that is just so captivating. And it doesn't matter what kind of script you hand him, whatever. Dude, he makes anything fucking gold. Anything.
I have a question.
What's up?
Which one of you two hated John Cena? I know there's a time one of you guys hated him. I could just
never.
I never hated John Cena.
Did Ben hate him? Or Ben, did Danny hate him?
No.
There was a point to where
he got over.
He got overbooked, and he got just kind of like how Roman is now, to where
and how Charlotte is, and like how Sasha Banks was for a while, how fucking Asuka was for a little bit of time. It's like they didn't really book newer stars because they were stuck on the big faces. When honestly, there should be a big face in a company. Cena was a perfect person to do that, but he did have an overbook problem for a while. But it was fatigue. It wasn't anything to do with his abilities. It was just he was around too much and kind of overstayed his welcome in a lot of fans' heads.
Let's just say this. I think here's why. Here's why this happened. Because John Cena, around the time, these guys that he was around are very talented wrestlers.
Absolutely.
Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But around this time, who was outworking Cena? This man was doing the Raw. This man was doing all the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
No, 100.
Movies, media, everything.
I will never, ever stain John Cena's name for everything he's provided to any fan of any kind. But if there is one person that is on the level of John Cena, it's Randy Orton. 100%. Facts. He's the only 100%. One that could keep up with Cena, with anything, is Orton. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, he's out right now, but he is the today's John Cena, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's
Even though he's
crazy
older.
to see like the transition of John Cena through the years, seeing him with like the trunks,
Dude,
and then going from that to
man.
Thugonomics, which I can't wait until we get into the Thugonomics.
Oh my god. See, all right. I don't have a lot of background on when he was prototype. When he
Yeah.
was still like the
Me
Cena with the
either,
trunks and everything.
OVW.
That was an OVW, man. That was
Yeah, well, like the prototype getup
We
look,
were
like
paying
the stone,
attention to Stone
like the
Cold and The
stripes.
Rock.
Well, I'm talking about like the fucking like the trunks, the high boots, the fucking the knee pads, all that shit, the tape around the fucking arms. Like I don't know a lot from then because I wasn't watching as regularly then, so I wasn't really around for his debut, so to say. But I was around heavily when he did become the Doctor of Thugonomics. I was around sufficiently for that.
Well, here's the thing. Around the time that Cena was the prototype with OVW, let's be honest, we all were, we weren't maniacs at the time.
No.
But yes, we were kids because we were kids.
Yeah, no, of course.
And we enjoyed
The
The Rock, we enjoyed Stone Cold, we enjoyed Triple H, we enjoyed the Attitude Era around that time. So people didn't really pay attention to that.
He was an OVW around like 99, 2000, maybe 2001, and then 2002 is when he went to SmackDown. Bro, the internet was not like it is today.
Yeah, that, and I also have to say they were also shaping him out at first to be just another big like meathead guy, and thankfully, with just how Cena is naturally, he was able to finagle his way out of that and prove that he could be something so much more than just a fucking meathead. And I love that.
Bro, you gotta respect the fucking class that was in OVW back then. They had
dude,
Randy, they had John Cena, they had
2003
Batista,
draft class.
they had fucking Brock Lesnar.
Danny, you are
Shelton
absolutely
Benjamin.
you are absolutely fucking right. The wrestlers that paved the way for the wrestlers and the talent that we have today were in that class at OVW, and Batista was there too as fucking Leviathan, right?
Yep.
He was still Leviathan, and then he became
Brock
like
Lesnar was there. Randy Orton was there.
Point, right?
Randy Orton was there.
I actually did watch. I did watch the OVW.
Oh, he was Deacon. He was
Deacon
Batista for fucking Devon. I forgot about that. That was like his first gimmick for WWE, right?
Yeah,
it was Deacon Batista.
That was before he joined Evolution.
And that's because originally it wasn't even supposed to be Batista. It was supposed to be Mark Jindrak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's another John Cena like.
But that's an episode I did catch on Peacock with Ruthless Aggression, the OVW episode, and
I have to watch it.
In depth with everything.
I have to watch it.
It's incredible because
as
a basketball fan, it reminds me like that class with OVW reminds me of
What's
the
that episode called?
NBA draft. It's crazy.
What's that?
That one's called OVW.
It's on Peacock.
Ruthless Aggression, I think season 2.
Ruthless Aggression season 2 OVW class. That's
and like right. Jim Cornette talks, Heyman talks.
Dude,
it's really.
I'm
cool.
always open to like going back to roots and seeing a lot of footage that I haven't seen before that I haven't had access to. So honestly, dude, I'm so open to that shit. So if you guys got shit for me, send it over.
So fucking like to be in a class like that with all those people that we mentioned, and to actually come out and be successful.
And they all fucking did. They all fucking did.
In their own way, absolutely.
And fucking Cena, out of like thinking about it, Cena, Batista, out of all of them, they're the two that really fucking like went out there post WWE and made a huge fucking name for themselves.
I would add
Brock Lesnar.
I would add Brock Lesnar. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would add Brock Lesnar.
NFL.
I was talking more like on like the terms of like global audience, like a global audience, with movies and stuff. You're more apt to see them there than in a house of legitimate violence. So it's like I think those two out of that entire class would be great. But I also think it's funny how much Randy Orton shits on Hollywood, even though he was in the Marine as well, or 12 rounds.
Yeah,
or something.
Randy Orton was sort of he was transitioning into movies or whatever, and then he just sort of like pulled.
I think he thought it wasn't for him, and sometimes it's not.
You know something? It's crazy to think about this. Batista and John Cena had their biggest moments in their careers
Royal Rumble
at the
05.
same fucking time.
And the thing is, it was
WrestleMania 21,
so
winning the titles.
Dude, they both, and like looking back at it, because
number one pick, SmackDown and Raw.
Dude, this is giving me goosebumps going back and thinking about the fucking duo elimination at the 05 Royal Rumble. And the respect that he showed Batista, where he pointed at him, gave him the fucking belt sign around his waist, and then left. Both of them won the Royal Rumble. Both went on to main event WrestleMania, won the titles, and were both the first fucking picks for each side. That is fucking history. Just like everything came full circle for both of them super fucking early. and they're still killing it today out in Hollywood. It's amazing. Batista
absolutely.
joined Marvel, Cena joined the Fast franchise, and they're both making separate names. And John Cena also joined DC as Peacemaker, and he is fucking phenomenal. If you guys haven't seen
That's kind of
Peacemaker
weird,
yet,
man.
hold up. If you guys haven't seen fucking Peacemaker on HBO Max yet, John Cena as a vulgar superhero is the greatest fucking thing on the planet. He is naked 95% of the time.
No, I'm gonna have to stop you there. The greatest
acting is
thing
great.
that Cena has ever done with acting was being Fred's dad. All right, don't
Fred's
come at
dad?
me.
Oh, Fred
Yeah.
from the Fred movie.
Hey, it's Fred.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. That's I think Dan's on the same wave I
That
am right now.
fucking YouTuber guy.
But no, the greatest thing, and for going serious in Cena's acting, definitely has to be his Suicide Squad involvement as Peacemaker. Peacemaker is his highest grossing anything right now. That dude is making money right now.
Here's the thing, for me with his acting, the one I really enjoyed, obviously as a kid, I loved The Marine.
I loved Legendary.
The first one. But for me, my favorite John Cena movie has to be
Legendary.
Daddy's Home 2.
I haven't seen it
yet.
yet.
That was so funny.
But Legendary was
Mark
fantastic.
Wahlberg, Will
Yeah,
Ferrell, John Cena.
Legendary is a film I
That was
definitely
great.
recommend you watch, Donnie. It's about.
I watched it.
Of course,
Oh,
it
you
had to
did?
do with wrestling, bro. It had to do with Matt wrestling, and John Cena was the fucking #1 pull on that fucking cast. Hell, fucking yeah, he's seen it.
That's awesome.
That was a very inspirational movie.
I cried during that movie during the first watch. I cried openly, and I'm not even gonna fucking sit here in front and say that I didn't. I did because man, John Cena is just. I feel
Wasn't he
like
in
he's one of those people, even today, with all of his success, you could probably get a hold of him. Somehow you could get a hold of him.
He's
Especially
one of
if
the
you
most
know
humble,
that you're
he's
from
one of the
fucking
most humble
Springfield.
human
Oh yeah.
beings out there.
Oh hell
Seriously.
fucking yeah. Dude, if you randomly saw him on the street, he would definitely stop for you. Definitely. It doesn't matter how busy he is. He's just that kind of human being. I mean, the dude did 650 plus Make-A-Wishes and got everybody happy as fuck. So
You know what I was thinking about?
Media appearances, interviews, everything.
He knows
Live
what
I was
events,
thinking about?
wrestling.
What's up, Danny?
All the famous people, and this does have to do with John Cena. All the famous people that are from our area or close by, I feel like Springfield should have like some kind of like walk of fame or whatever celebrating those people. Because I
Absolutely.
feel like a lot of people that live in the area have no idea.
Dude, for example, like aside from John Cena, the costume designer from Black Panther, she's a Springfield native.
Yeah.
Like she's another huge one. Dr. Seuss is from fucking here. There's a lot of people that are from, again, just Massachusetts in general that have blown up.
Well, maybe one day that could be us three.
And dude, like I said, my main goal for this channel, and I know that I don't have much to say, but my main goal is to be on the WrestleMania talk show. Like that's my main goal for this channel is I want to be in those seats one day. It doesn't matter who's running it. Like I want to be there one day because at that point I'm satisfied knowing that we've accomplished every single fucking thing we wanted to do.
You want to know what's weird?
What's up?
We're probably the 3 biggest YouTubers in the area. I never see anybody on YouTube from this area, and I've searched like Springfield, Mass vlogs, and like I've actually done search. I can't find anybody that's like big like us. Like
now, Danny, stay humbled.
Stay humble.
I am.
Man.
I'm just
Like
saying.
John Cena, okay? That's what he's always taught me as a kid.
I think out of all of us, the most recognizable one would probably be Donnie. The most vast audience, I would have to say Danny because he's been doing this for a long time. But the most extravagant audience, I'll go with me because not many. Shinedown doesn't follow a lot of people. All right, so I just
yeah, you definitely got us there.
It coincides with fucking WWE because they were the fucking theme song for a lot of WWE shit. So
Speaking of following, I'm one of John Cena's followers on Twitter.
I'm one of his followers on Instagram.
He just follows a lot of people. That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
So let's get into the Dr. Thugonomics.
Please. This is some of my favorite fucking work of his, and this was all his heel work, right? Because he was a heel straight up for Thugonomics. It was his heel persona, right?
Yeah.
His only time he was ever a fucking heel. How about a little heel turn?
Yeah, and he had that I can't remember his name, the sidekick guy. The fucking dude that would come out to the ring with him all the time. He'd wear like those fucking like the hats. That was kind of like
what's his name? Was that Vito?
No, Vito was with Nunzio.
Oh, the guy with
Oh.
the skirt that used to wear the dress.
I'm using my phone as a
Yeah,
camera.
that is Vito. That is Vito.
Somebody got to look it up.
I don't
Nathan
know.
Jones.
I don't know, but one of my favorite Dr. Thugonomics memories, and I can actually throw this out here right now, is the rap battle that Brian Kendrick won against Cena. If I say Cena, you say sucks. Cena sucks. Cena sucks. And he got his ass whooped.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Are you watching it? If I say Cena, you say sucks. Cena sucks. Cena sucks. And that was during the time that Kendrick was trying the job.
Look, you need to stop pulling down friggin' Spanky's pants, okay?
Hey, listen, Spanky was the shit, alright? I miss when Brian Kendrick was Spanky.
Or the Brian Kendrick.
The Brian Kendrick was amazing because he actually
Yes, it
was
was.
WWE champion for 3 minutes. So fuck you. Fuck
Man
you.
with the plan. I'm the man with the plan.
He had Ezekiel being his fucking his bodyguard. I loved his theme song, man. That whole fucking gimmick persona was great. Hold up,
That
Dan
was
is
great.
watching the segment.
No, I'm trying to find what this fucker.
Yeah, so here's
Oh.
the thing. While he's doing that,
What's up?
my
Talk to
favorite
me.
thing with the whole word life, John Cena, Basic is Thugonomics,
Basic
has to
thugonomics.
be the rhymes he did. Like, you know, he would always roast the wrestlers, whether it was Rakishi's ass or Big Show being fat, Kurt Angle being bald. I loved it. And it's crazy because in the beginning of his career, he was almost going to be let go by WWE around the time before he did this Thugonomics thing. And it all came about when they were on tour, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
it was like a European tour, and then like Stephanie like overheard him, you know, freestyling on the bus. And then that's like when the whole Thugonomics thing became a thing.
So like, all right, you're gonna be WWE's Eminem. That's what we're gonna do. And he was just like, bet. Like how? Like I wonder who came up with the fucking term Doctor of Thugonomics. Like it makes me wonder if it was him or if it was somebody else.
Bull Buchanan.
Bull Buchanan.
Okay, gotcha.
That makes sense now.
Yeah.
All right, hold up. Before we do,
But I think
we're gonna watch the referee give him a beat.
oh my god.
It's the rap battle you never saw, Danny.
This better not give us a copyright strike.
It won't. Wait, it's not a real song.
Alright, now let's go on, yeah!
It's versus John Cena.
Angie versus John Cena in a rap battle.
Yo, John Cena, mental backlash might have put you on the map. Will you tell these people it ain't nothing but crap? You must be blind, dog. I bet you can't see this pop, but they've seen it and I've seen it. You got beat by Brock. Hold up. But now I'm gonna show you what I'm all about. But I need all my homies here to help me out. Come on and wave your hands in the air, everybody. Wave your hands in the air. I don't like wave. Wave your hands in the air. And wave them like you just don't care.
Wait.
And you tell man just somebody say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So real. What's going on?
Wait.
Whoa. When I say Cena, you say sucks. Cena. When I say Cena, you say sucks. Cena.
You're telling me that he was the one to start the whole Cena sucks chants.
Yes, he did. And can I just tell you, Brian Kendrick should have been like, he was basically the old school R-Truth.
Can we just sit here and appreciate that his name back in
Danny.
the day was Spanky?
Yes, it was.
Danny,
So
are you surprised that Ben is praising Brian Kendrick? He was like Paul London's tag team partner for like over a year with the tag belts. I'm not surprised by
Yeah,
that.
before the Usos, him and London were the longest reigning SmackDown tag team champions. But I also showed you that because it has
Why
to
would
do
I
with
be surprised about that?
economics.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not surprising.
it's not surprising to me either. That shit better not give us a copyright claim.
It was one of my
WWE
favorite angles just because I was surprised that somebody so low on the card as Brian Kendrick was able to have a very successful angle with John Cena. So, and that was one of my favorite moments because the first time I ever saw that, I almost shit my pants. I was crying because this
So
is
how
before
about-
even new. This is before he
so-
even tagged with London.
So how about rivalries now with the Thugonomics?
Ooh.
Which one
John Cena,
stands out
Edge.
to you? Because he's had feuds with Undertaker,
Undertaker.
Big Show,
That's my favorite feud.
Rikishi,
Undertaker.
so many guys.
Are we
Undertaker.
just going to Thugonomics or his
Thugonomics.
entire
No,
career?
Thugonomics
Yeah.
right now.
I'm gonna go with Undertaker.
Because there's a lot of feuds he had around this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Undertaker just because
gotta look.
of like this. What he's doing for Theory at SummerSlam is what Undertaker did for him at this time. So it was very big for me because, like everybody else, I was very bred on the Undertaker, and if you can get the Undertaker's respect, obviously you got everybody else's. So that was
Obviously, we've done something right.
That was a very big moment for him, and that was a big moment for me. Seeing that was my first instance seeing a torch being passed.
Something funny?
What's up?
With that feud with John Cena and Undertaker, what really stands out to me was when John Cena did the raps at the graveyard, and then he says to Undertaker, "You just another sucker. You versus me, you're just another mother." And then the crowd went, "Fucker."
Oh my god, dude! The Thugonomics rivalries were some of the greatest, and that was some of his best work in general.
I got a thing because for me, I feel like my favorite Thugonomics rivalry, it's a toss-up between Big Show and Carlito, because those are like the two that really stand out to me.
I spit in the face of
because
people
he really put Carlito.
What about
over
Brock
at the beginning
Lesnar?
of his career.
Brock Lesnar's I like Brock Lesnar and Undertaker's rivalry than I do Brock Lesnar and John Cena's.
But here's the thing,
And
really,
from like 2003.
Yeah, so if I'm gonna go between the two, I'm gonna go with Big Show and John Cena because that's when John Cena won his first actual championship in WWE at WrestleMania 20 with the US title. And I think like him with Big Show,
he carried that
they had
shit.
such great chemistry.
And he carried that shit into, I want to say that almost the spring of 2005.
Carlito took the title off of him.
Yeah,
bro. Can we talk
in the fall of 2004?
Can we talk about? Can we talk about the match?
But no,
I think it was.
Hold on, before you continue. Carlito didn't take it. If Carlito did take it to him in the fall of 2004, Cena had it back in 05 because he had it on him.
Yeah.
On his waist at the Royal Rumble.
He took the title back at Armageddon, I think, 2004.
Oh, okay. So then he
got it back
at
the end of the year.
And then he lost it sometime in the spring at some point because then he ended up getting
Orlando Jordan beat him before the JBL and John Cena match.
Yep.
Because JBL screwed him over.
Yep, and that's why he ended up getting the WWE Championship and winning it. So, and that's what cemented the legacy.
Can we sit here and appreciate the first time that I think this is the first time it's ever happened that John Cena ever did that? I think it was a triple threat match. I think it was Brock Lesnar, Big Show, and John Cena, to where he had them both up on his shoulders and gave the attitude adjustment. I don't remember
that. Damn.
Big Show and who?
I think it was. I want to say it was John Cena, Big Show, and Brock Lesnar in a triple threat, and actually no, it wasn't Brock Lesnar. It was Edge.
It was Edge and Big Show. Yeah.
It was Edge and Big Show in a triple threat match with John Cena.
That's PG John Cena.
But still, I do remember it.
That after.
I do remember that though.
That was like 2005.
So how about you, Danny? What's like your favorite rivalry with John Cena in the Dr. Thugonomics era?
Yeah. So like anywhere from like 03 to 05. Like early 05.
So wait, does JBL count in this?
Yes, technically he does.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going JBL and John Cena. I got it. That was great.
I will say
that was amazing. That was one of the greatest WrestleMania matches that he's ever had because that was
generally
hated
JBL.
Now I gotta let everybody know, man. I have a horrible memory, but one of the things that really stuck out to me was I want to say it was Edge and John Cena, and that still technically is in that realm because that was like 06 is when that really started to blossom into what it became. So I'd have to say Edge and John Cena. That was like his best feud that John Cena had. One of his best feuds in his career because the longevity of it, people still talk about it to this day.
Oh yeah, dude.
They had some instant
okay,
so it was one of the most
We're getting into WWE champion John
That
Cena.
was one of the most
He
compelling.
was champion by 05, and
I love how I was talking for a straight minute, and then he decided to hop right back in on this shit.
Well, I know. But Donnie was like, "Oh, well, so we're talking about the WWE champion."
Yeah, but I was mid sentence after he said that. And then you're like, "Oh, that's." I'm like,
But you said,
hiatus after this episode, motherfucker. You can goddamn wait. Fuck. I have all the time for a month. Fuck. Damn. So I'm gonna let you guys know this now, since this dude literally can't fucking stop. I'm going on a hiatus after this.
Save it for the end.
Okay, I'll go into the announcement, but now you guys know. Continue, Danny. The floor is yours, fucker. Go ahead.
I was just saying, because he was saying, "Oh, we're getting into the WWE champion John Cena," and you said between 04 and 05, that's still in the...
Yeah, Edge and John Cena was not 05, that was 2006.
But still, he was
New Year's
WWE
Revolution.
champion. Yeah.
Well, I gotta kick you out of this again.
I'm just saying, dude, name a better feud than Edge and John Cena. People still talk about it to this day.
We're talking about thugonomics.
I love how my energy
about
just
the thugonomics.
I love how my energy just kind of floated into these guys. Now they're yelling. Now they're
We're
yelling.
talking about thugonomics John Cena. We're gonna get into WWE champion John Cena.
I don't know.
pretty soon.
I never really watched John Cena
God.
when he was in Thugonomics.
Oh, I'm
I
so
wasn't
sorry.
a SmackDown person, man. And majority of that run, he was on SmackDown.
Yeah,
I
you were
never
a Raw
watched it.
kid.
You were a rock kid, 100%. Oh my god, it's so fucking hot.
At least I admit it.
I am proud of you for admitting it, at least.
I'll admit anything.
That's the first step.
I'll admit,
Admitting your problem.
and I do. I do. I admit when I'm wrong too, motherfucker. But unless it's an opinion. I'll give you my opinion, but I'm not gonna say that.
All me and Donnie have
wrong
to
for
mention
yours.
is Sasha Banks and Ben fucking his head
No, we're
explodes.
getting into this right now. This is John Cena. We are honoring John Cena. All right, drama alert, motherfucker. So let's get into 2005 when John Cena won the WWE.
This is why people tune
I
in.
just want to say one more thing. The before Danny cut me off, was that
Getting no comments from me about Sasha Banks.
No. It was about JBL and John Cena. That was, if not one of John Cena's most compelling rivalries to date, and it is still being talked about to this day, just like Edge and John Cena as well. It almost felt personal because it was so good.
That's the thing. I feel like that's why John Cena and Batista really elevated around this time, because not only did they win the championships, but Triple H and JBL, you generally hated them around the time. So when it came to it, you wanted Cena, you wanted Batista to win, but with Triple H and JBL, they always found a way out of every match. They would always find a dirty way, and their title reigns were so long.
And again,
so it really felt like a fresh air.
What I loved about that as well is the JBL and Triple H were basically the John Cena and Batista that we got fatigued of later on. It was just like an ever repeating cycle in a way. So it was super refreshing for both of them to get what they needed to do to boost their careers around the same fucking time. That era in 05 was almost like a portal way into what we have now. Because at that moment, everything fucking changed. Everything changed. The moment Cena became the WWE champion and the moment that Batista became the world heavyweight champion, the wrestling landscape of WWE completely changed gears.
The ball was rolling.
And that's when the era changed. So, like you said, going into the 05 WWE Championship, John Cena.
So, with the WWE Championship, John Cena, one thing that really stands out to me, in the beginning of his title run, I love the feud with John Cena and Eric Bischoff. I really liked how Eric Bischoff hated John Cena. He tried having guys like Jericho beat him. Kurt Angle beat him. Even Daivari at one point beat him.
I do want to mention, other than Edge, because John Cena and Edge are the rivalry of his career, period. Like I have to go with Danny, is the rivalry of his career. However, my second favorite feud of his entire career was with Chris Jericho.
Yes, that was
Chris Jericho rivalry, because that brought out some shit in Jericho, bro. That brought some shit. And he was able to take time off at the end of 05 when he got fired by Bischoff when he was actually recording a new album and touring with Fozzy. So they gave him the time off to do that.
That was such a great way to
when John
write him
Cena
off.
made his debut during the draft to Monday Night Raw,
That
you know,
was
he
so
came out or
fucking
whatever.
exhilarating.
Jericho had the biggest smile on his face because
he was pumped.
Like, yes, finally I have some competition on this show, because at that point Jericho was at such a fucking level, dude.
He was in his prime, dude. Like in his career, he was not his prime, but he was at a very big high point of his career. So that boosted the trajectory of both individuals, because that rivalry was fucking amazing, because it was just about who was better, like who was the face of this company. Jericho at this point had been super fucking seasoned. He had been here for years at this point. Cena just got here, and now he's the WWE champion. He's the biggest thing. It rubs Jericho the wrong way. Cena's acting arrogant because he's just getting out of his fucking heel phase. So he's still got a little bit of the thugonomics still left in him. Jericho doesn't fuck with it. They feud. Explosive shit.
One thing that really stands out to me with that rivalry, the concerts.
Yeah, the karaoke contests.
Yes. Amazing, dude. Like, that for me is when Raw was so fucking exciting. That for me, and that was around the time that it was hard to pick which one of the two brands were the best, because both shows were on fire at this point. Because SmackDown, you had Randy Orton, The Undertaker, Batista. Raw, you had Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan, fucking Chris Jericho, all these fucking guys, Matt Hardy. Like, it was a fucking time to be alive as a fan back in 05, and all of these guys, ironically enough, added to John Cena's career because he took all of them and fucking won.
Yeah.
It's incredible to like really see what both Batista and John Cena was able to do, even with like mid-card wrestlers. Like, we still think about guys like Chris Masters and Eugene.
I still think about Eugene to this day.
William Regal. And so many guys because of
Regal.
John Cena and Batista.
That is one
God, man.
That is one rivalry I'm sad as fuck we never got, was a legitimate William Regal and John Cena fucking rivalry, because
that should have happened in 08, man.
William fucking Regal is just a fucking madman when it comes to the business, dude. He has so much fucking in-ring, behind the scenes, just knowledge of the business in general. Him and Cena would have put on a 5-star classic. Easy.
Could you imagine John Cena in 05 and Regal in 01?
Huh! Oh, yes!
Back when it was still doo 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 doo.
Oh, that in 01, he had that European music. It was like doo 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 doo.
When he had the power of the punch or whatever, but in reality,
in 08 though, he had that.
That was my favorite fucking theme song of his, just because like the whole Born Naughty fucking persona was just amazing. I loved that about him.
As a kid, I hated him. I obviously have gone and I have really.
I couldn't stand Dave Taylor, but I loved William Regal. I loved
around
William
that
Regal.
time. I did not like him.
I even loved Pirate Paul Burchill. I loved Pirate Paul Burchill.
I'm not surprised.
Dude, I thought it was interesting because his in-ring changed completely, because he went from this big fucking dude to almost a cruiserweight size. Like, he slimmed down, cut up a little bit, and now he was doing fucking crazy shit. He was doing backflips and shit. Burchill wasn't doing that at first.
Yeah.
And that actually sparked a really good rivalry between him and William Regal, which he eventually prevailed. Like, it was great, dude. 05 and 06 were great days to be alive as a fan in general.
Yeah,
can you imagine if we had YouTube back then, the fucking amount of content we'd be able to pump out every week?
Let's get into 2006, because in my opinion, John Cena in 2006 was in his prime. This was the best John Cena, hands down. That was my favorite John Cena.
Absolutely. 2000, I honestly am cool with talking about John Cena from here up until like 2010. Because I didn't watch anything farther after that. Even his other U.S. title reign, I didn't see. So,
and I'll get into a little bit of it like during the PG.
I still have to go back to the whole feud, because it started in 05. I think later 05
with Edge. No, it did not. It was 2006.
It was 2006
because Edge won Money in the Bank at Mania 21, cashed in at New Year's Revolution, which I was there.
At New Year's Revolution,
I was, but unfortunately, because of the boogeyman scarring me with the whole pyrotechnic thing at SmackDown in December, I friggin' got scared when the pyrotechnics went off in the beginning of New Year's Revolution. So I had an anxiety attack and I did not watch that moment.
Oh,
But I was supposed to be there.
gotcha. Damn.
I was in Albany when Edge won.
This is very true.
It's sad. Makes
But
me
anyway,
so sad.
like we were saying earlier, you know, when it comes to all of the massive feuds that John Cena had, I still have to go back to Edge and John Cena because, I mean, it got so intense to the point to where Edge actually smacked the fuck out of John Cena's dad, and I mean that became like storyline and steered into a more personal realm.
I loved in that angle of the whole fucking story what really got me about it. And it's unfortunate that Edge didn't get his way on this because honestly, I would have been so much for it because, again, Edge has accolades over accolades. So he does deserve some kind of control when it comes to this.
Yeah.
One of my favorite angles of that rivalry, which started the whole thing when Edge won, was him throwing the belt into the sound, or Lita throwing the belt into the sound and eventually getting his rated R spinner. But unfortunately, Edge's design was very relative to the Intercontinental title that we had before the one that we have now, the white one.
Mm-hmm.
It was very similar to that, but it was a red belt with the rated R symbol in the middle, and it had like those same kind of borders and everything.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they just said, no, we're just going to put a spinning R in the middle of it, and he fucking couldn't stand the idea.
I love it.
I just gotta
hated
say this, a little tidbit of information for those of you that may not know. It's gonna be a little bit of a sore subject because of, you know, recent events that transpired.
Oh shit.
But the night that Edge got the rated R spinner belt was the night that Jeff Hardy came back to WWE for the first time in Connecticut.
Yep, because at that point, I think Cena did take a little time off to do the Marine at that point, if I'm not mistaken. Because that's what started the feud between Jeff Hardy and Edge, was because Cena was taking time off.
Yep.
Or something like that.
Their rivalry, I thought that was like 2007, 2008.
No, that was 2006. No, Donnie is actually right, because it was October of 2006 when Jeff Hardy came back.
Because here's why.
The night he got the spinner belt.
I forgot. Sorry about that.
The first rivalry with Jeff Hardy in 2006, he was feuding with Johnny Nitro the whole time.
Yeah, but the night Jeff Hardy came back,
Jeff Hardy and Johnny Nitro.
I believe it was summer I believe it was summer of the 2006 because I was at my grandmother's house, and this was back when Raw was on CW or whatever it was. Jeff Hardy came back that night. It was in Connecticut. He had
Raw's been on USA for fucking ever. It's been on USA since 2005 because it was originally on Spike.
He had the long ass hair and
like his CW
were like fucking purple or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was long purple hair and shit. He had the long black sleeve shirt and everything with the cuts, and he had red in the middle, and he just fucking got in Edge's face, telling him he was opening his fucking mouth, and then gave him a good old twist of fate, swanton bomb, and then left.
It was either August or September of 2006.
It was August. I do remember. It was August because I was watching.
One moment that really stands out to me with John Cena in 2006.
What's up?
One night stand.
When he got speared through the table fighting somebody, and then the helmet came off, and it was fucking Edge.
That crowd
was ridiculous. They were throwing fucking. Oh my god!
Threw the shirt out and they threw it back at him.
I just saw a screen grab. I just saw a screen grab of that moment. I think last night on social media, and it was somebody in the balcony of the old ECW arena and said, "If Cena wins, we riot." I was like, "Oh shit."
And then he came out, instead of doing his usual thing, like how he does the usual, he just held the champion up and just walked past them all. It was the coldest entrance I've ever seen.
Yeah, because they was
like, what motherfucker better than you?
Because technically, ECW One Night Stand was technically ECW in its own show. They weren't owned by WWE at this point. Like, it was still just ECW. So him coming over from WWE, that was a Forbidden Door moment, technically. Those were Forbidden Door moments.
I want to say
2005 and 2006.
I want to say ECW
and then they started on Tuesdays.
I want to say ECW was owned by WWE at that time, but then they didn't revamp the show until 07.
Yeah, they kept it.
They revamped it in 2006.
No, they did it in 06. Yeah, they did. But
RVD, after winning the WWE title, they gave him the ECW title.
Yeah, and CM Punk debuted in.
RVD had 3 titles at the time. He had the WWE, ECW, and something else. I could have sworn to God.
Bank.
Oh yeah, he had 3 things at the time, and because he was wearing 2 belts on his fucking sternum.
That's one guy, man. That's one guy that could have fucking been huge, but he just never got the right push. RVD.
Yeah, because Vince McMahon lost interest, didn't see anything in him anymore, just like all these other fucking people that could have had amazing careers had Vince actually opened his fucking eyes for once. So
I loved.
well, I mean, my eyes would be
One
fucking
Night
constantly
Stand.
closed if I was fucking paying $3 million for a fucking blowjob underneath the seat. My eyes would be closed constantly too. So I don't know. I don't blame him for fucking not opening his eyes.
That's a hot take, motherfucker.
And we'll be talking about it in the hot take. But I just wanted to make a comparison.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so now, like, after
Good old
2006,
Lewinsky.
we get into 2007. He did some stuff with Kevin Federline and Umaga.
Yeah, I remember that, man.
Randy Orton, this is when they first started the Cena versus Orton feud around this time.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the Cena Orton feud was also another one. But then again, any feud that Randy Orton is in, it doesn't even matter if it was against Santino Marella. I would be fucking sold. I would watch the shit out of it. So
I remember when the Miz brought out Kevin Federline or whatever, because it was either Miz or John Morrison that was
K-Fed.
the whole Hollywood lifestyle.
Miz was still doing Diva Search.
And John Cena, he cut a rap promo or whatever, and he's like, I can't remember like the whole gist of it, but he was like, I'll be ruin Britney.
You didn't. Oh, I forgot entirely. I'm like, dude, this guy talking about accolades, Miz and Mrs. this, but bitch, don't ever forget, you're just the dude from the Diva Search. Oh my god! Oh yeah, he's the guy that fucking you got to text call yeah, you go do them.
People compare that piece of shit to MJF. You guys aren't even on the same level. MJF is better than the Miz.
And Jay is better than Jimmy.
Jay is better than Jimmy.
We need that on a shirt.
And Jimmy is better than Roman.
Main event.
Do you want to take care of this one? Do you want to do the verbal bitch slapping for that one?
Bro,
that's not even a joke.
Bro,
what?
We need to have a shirt made, right? Jay is better than Jimmy. Have both their heads. Have both their heads, but the one that's Jimmy have it like crossed out in a red X.
Oh, I'm sweaty. I'm glistening. Oh my god.
Leaving. It's almost 5:30.
I know. I'm sorry, but it was just so funny.
No, this is such great conversation.
It's just great conversations, though, man. That's how talk shows are supposed to be. We're supposed to be having a fun time, man.
Yeah, and like
That's why people tune in.
Man, okay, so here's a good one now. Because, like, getting into, like, 2007 to, like, 2010, John Cena had lots of iconic moments and stuff. But when it comes to WrestleMania, what's your favorite John Cena entrance? Because he's had a lot of iconic entrances.
The one where CM Punk was one of the John Cenas.
Yeah, that 22. Was when... Yeah.
The one where CM Punk was dead-ass pissed as fuck that he was one of the John Cenas.
And you can actually see him in the clip. He's
in Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that was before even fucking CM Punk got his like big break in WWE. It's just what bothers the shit out of me about
Punk
WWE.
Was in Ring of Honor back then.
Yes, he was. What really does bother the living shit out of me when it comes to WWE is they'll take these wrestlers that are completely already made a name for themselves outside, that are these huge fucking wrestlers, and they put them in bullshit roles like that at first, and then slowly start moving them up when they should at least be at the bottom of the card, kind of like fucking Veer Mahan is, and working their way up.
Well, you have to remember, dude.
MJF was one of Samoa Joe's security guards.
Unless you're a hardcore wrestling fan back in the day, again, the internet was around, but it was still relatively new. It's not like you could search up who these people
All right,
were.
so with that being said, I do have to give that to you. The internet did help a lot. Like getting seen today is so much easier than it was back then. You had to put in the fucking work back then, and someone had to film your shit and send it to somebody, hoping to God they get a response. Now we can send shit anywhere.
Bro, we got to do a reaction to MJF's fucking Tough Enough promo.
Okay, how about we talk about that when we're not talking about John Cena? Continue, Donnie.
Well, you were just talking about CM Punk and then RVD.
But it had to do with Cena.
So, my favorite John Cena WrestleMania entrance all time is got to be WrestleMania 24 with the marching band. That just gave me the chills. They were playing a song with the marching band. He ran down that aisle.
I really like the one where they're in I think it's Detroit, and he does like with the race car with the car.
23.
Yeah.
That
Damn.
was fucking nuts. And he
There,
drives
he had
right
some
through the
pretty great entrances.
plexiglass. He drives right
Actually,
through the plexiglass.
you know what one of my favorite entrances from John Cena's WrestleManias is?
You're gonna show us
WrestleMania 35.
WrestleMania 35. Oh yeah, when he came back.
As Dr. Thugonomics, bro, and he fucking
Oh.
leveled Elias. He leveled Elias, bro. That was one of my favorite things just because it was so unexpected because we weren't sure if he was even going to be there in the first place. And we got to get heel John Cena again, which everybody has been asking for
I
years.
respect that.
He came back and WWE delivered and let him go out as a heel again for one night, which is fucking awesome because they said he would never become a heel again.
You were
I
over
just
my
wanna
house and we
say-
watched that show together, and
We
me and
did.
you both marked the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say this, and maybe this is because John Cena is like my childhood hero.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the WWE Championship, my personal favorite championship has always been the spinner belt. It was so different.
It was very different. And the thing is, I loved the spinner belt.
I am
s-
not gonna say the US title. I will not say
No,
that.
of course. I loved the spinner belt until they stopped fucking spinning the belt. Until they just made it a solid W. Like, I loved it until then. And I honestly kind of hated... I kind of hated that they made John Cena's custom design belt like the official WWE belt. Like, I kind of hated that. Because, like, it was lazy. It's like, oh, Vince was like, oh, this is some good shit. This looks great. We're keeping it authentic.
I like the
Edge
US
looks
spinner
so good with
title.
the belt. CM Punk looks really good with the belt.
I like
that.
I like the spinner US title. The WWE title, I feel like it was too plain. I didn't really care for it.
Way better than what the friggin' title is now.
See, here's the thing. I would love to see John Cena with the new design US title. Like, I would love to see him use it. Like, I would love to. It looks good on him.
There's not one title in There's
nice.
not one title in WWE right now that actually means anything.
Other than the Universal and WWE.
Those aren't even meaning anything. That's why. When was the last time that Roman Reigns? Remember when they used to have a 30-day compete clause if he didn't defend the title in 30 days?
The Intercontinental Champion now is going to start being prestigious.
I'm so excited about that shit.
Theory's been a good champion too, so I don't want to hear it.
Fucking topic, but I love Gunther has the fucking belt. I am in love with the fact that Gunther's got the belt. He's gonna make it big again. Dude, the in-ring NLL. NLL, bro.
They have a lot of work to do to make those titles mean anything.
Hey, he is the epitome of elegance and efficiency.
That's one person I wouldn't want to get chopped by.
Hell, fuck no, fuck no.
Okay,
dude,
so
fuck no.
I got something since we are getting pretty close to time.
Yeah.
I just want to say this. Now, what wrestler? Because there's a lot of times where John Cena, booking wise,
this is a big one.
Cena would always, come out as the winner.
Mm-hmm.
What one wrestler would you go back in time if you were the booker and you would try to have Cena put that person over?
Oh, that's a really good question. I'm really glad you fucking asked that. See, Don, you don't ask the typical. You don't ask the typical shit. See, I actually really enjoyed that question.
And that's what you get here on the We Are Wrestling channel. Subscribe.
You know what match I would have really loved to see? Cena versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Not match you want to see.
Not dream matches. Somebody that he's putting over.
Yeah, we'll get into dream matches after. Okay?
Yeah, we'll do dream matches after, then we'll end it.
Yep.
One person that I wish he could have put over in the past. Well, actually, yeah, put over in the past.
I got somebody.
RVD.
No, not for me. I'm gonna go with
RVD
newer.
won
I'm
the
gonna
title,
go with newer star at the time, like one that's like around now.
Can I get mine?
There is none.
Shut up.
Mine has got to be Wade Barrett.
I got to go with that. I have to agree with you. I'm not going to go with that, but I'm going to agree with you. Wade Barrett deserves so much, but he's injury
Here's my reason behind it. Around the time with Nexus, it was fucking hot.
Yeah.
And I think having, the SummerSlam match.
Was stacked.
No, but here's the thing. With the SummerSlam match, that 8-on-8 thing, they should have never did that.
That would have been
SummerSlam should have been the moment. Wade Barrett versus John Cena for the title. Nexus should have found a way to help him win the title, and that would have really elevated the next story to the next Mania.
And that would have been
around that
awesome
time,
to
Wade
have.
Barrett was healthy.
He was very healthy, but now he's injury prone as fuck. But he's
Everyone
still.
But I
beat
think
up,
that's what really fucked his career.
He's still
over.
thinking about doing a resurgence and making a return to the ring to end his career.
Remember when John Cena beat up Bray
Hey,
Wyatt in the hotel room?
I do remember that, but we're also going to be talking. We're also talking about matches that we want to see him put people over. But I do remember that. That was actually fantastic.
I said
Danny
RVD.
just doesn't listen.
All right, so I am gonna the one wrestler that I wish John Cena would have put over would be John Morrison.
Ooh.
John Morrison is somebody I wish he would have put over because John Morrison has the capabilities of a world champion. If he is booked solidly and the creative is there for him and he's allowed to have some kind of serious creative control where he's a serious character, John Morrison, hands down. Especially since he was close. That and he was on Team Cena. So those were all people he handpicked. And it wasn't just the beatdowns.
Honorable mention, R-Truth.
Another honorable mention for me when it comes to John Cena putting people over. I'm probably I'm gonna go with the Brian Kendrick. I'm gonna go with the Brian Kendrick because the Brian Kendrick had a lot of potential with his heel turn. He had a lot of potential.
There's no way.
Danny also has no fucking clue what he's talking about when it comes to WWE anymore. So I'm literally just fucking talking out my shit because I'm gonna go in with facts here. Not just no way because of his fucking size. Size don't matter in fucking sports entertainment, dog. We saw Rey Mysterio body fucking Kurt Angle and fucking Randy Orton when we know for a fact that would never happen in real life. So, I want to say the Brian Kendrick because Kendrick with a little bit more physical bulk and he had it, dude. Dude could work around the ring. He wasn't even on that many. I don't even think.
I love how you said he wasn't even on that many.
Because he was only smoking weed, dog. As the Brian Kendrick, his heel turn was fantastic, but with guidance.
When he went to Raw, that's what fucked him up.
For this, it's a guidance thing because again, he went back to SmackDown. He went from Raw to SmackDown. The Brian Kendrick was on SmackDown because he got drafted with London to Raw, and then he got drafted back to SmackDown in the following draft.
And then what I'm saying is then he got drafted back to Raw, and that's when he got released.
Oh, true. Okay, got you.
Like in 2009.
But again, this is another Omos situation. With the right guidance, he could have been great. Because again, the only problem that Kendrick had, other than letting his success get to his fucking head at the time, he had it, but needed to get bigger, like physically bigger. He was too small of a guy for Vince's liking to be a legitimate WWE champion. But for 3 minutes in that match, Vince put the title on him.
That scramble match was good, by the way.
Because scramble matches are some of the only matches that are up in the air because Vince watches them specifically and will call the final finish in Gorilla.
Danny, give us one now so that we can get into our dream matches and close this episode.
I remember him having a really good match with Shelton Benjamin one night on Raw.
I would have honestly loved to see him put over Shelton Benjamin, especially since Shelton Benjamin needs it now more than ever. I really wish he would have. So
he's not on TV right now because he's injured. So hopefully when he comes back,
he's healthy now. His injury is done. They just have nothing for him. He's on main event, bro.
I don't know.
Him and Cedric and Tommaso Ciampa.
Now, dream match.
Dream match for me, Danny already said it. He already said Stone Cold, so that's his dream match. Is already in the book. For me,
a great match.
We already got The Rock, so you can't even say The Rock anymore. And we already got The Rock, and that was a fantastic fucking match.
Triple H.
For me, my dream match against John Cena would probably have to be Kenny Omega.
I got mine.
Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega and John Cena. That is one person I would have loved to see him fight. Because Kenny Omega is an architect in the ring, dude. He's ridiculous. I've seen
just that match by itself.
Yeah, dude. He's an architect, dude. Like Kenny Omega has the ring awareness of a William Regal when it comes to the wrestling business. He just knows his spots.
WWE and Vince McMahon would realize how much more money they would make.
Hey, Danny.
They would be working with other companies.
Yeah, Danny, look at that. I just talked really good on AEW. Am I still a WWE mark? No, sorry, here. Let me take out both headphones so I can hear you clear as day in my ears. What?
You don't like Sasha Banks though.
No, because I think she's an
We're not
untalented fucking
getting
wine
into
ass.
that.
But anyways, continue.
We're not getting into that. So here's my dream match now.
And your boyfriend's ugly. Continue.
So with my dream match, I got it already. Rock and Cena, such a great
Yeah, it was.
feud.
Oh my god, it was excellent.
I loved every second of
Excellent.
it, especially the Rock concert. With the
Oh
acoustic
my god,
guitar.
when he came out, I started strumming, talking about how he looked like a Fruit Loop.
Yeah. So
Fruity Pebble.
okay, but I have to pick
Fruity Pebble,
somebody
yes.
now.
All
And
right,
the
what's up?
person I'm gonna pick, John Cena versus MJF.
Okay, with some new blood, absolutely. Like I could even still see that happening eventually, especially if MJF does make the jump. I do see that happening in the future, so we might
That's a
actually
main
get that.
event worthy match right there.
Yeah, dude, that would, with the right build up and promo work, John Cena's presence being there, like as much as he possibly could to help MJF. I mean, MJF doesn't need help building promos by any means.
And if he puts MJF over,
Dude.
that's gonna take MJF to the next level in
He would.
WWE.
I'm sorry,
See,
but
Danny,
at that
it's
point,
possible. It's possible.
At that point, MJF can literally go and laugh in Tony Khan's face and then proceed to take a dump on his desk and then fucking leave, because MJF at that point would be fine. He would be like, yeah, I don't. He'd be like, what'd you say about that, Chris? Talking about go somewhere else? He'd be begging to come back. What?
It all
Chris
depends.
Jericho, who?
It all depends on how they book him in WWE. But with the star power that MJF has, he can make it work. And I think a guy like John Cena could really elevate
I guarantee that he is on Vince's fucking radar after that pipe bomb promo. I guarantee he's on Vince's fucking
radar for a long time.
But no, I'm talking about now more than ever. That pipe bomb, that single-handedly destroyed CM Punk's pipe bomb back in WWE. But I also want to find it ironic and funny as fuck that CM Punk was the first one to try to go down there and stop him, even though CM Punk did that same baby bitch shit in WWE. So I'm like, CM Punk, you should not be out here.
Apparently, it was all a work.
No,
Why would they allow him to say the shit he said?
No.
They cut his mic off right then and there.
No, they didn't. It wasn't right then and there. It took them a second. They shut his mic off because they did not know he was going to do it. Because here's the thing, TBS would not have allowed him to say the F-bomb on live TV. They would not fucking allow it, Danny. That is a family-friendly station. They would not allow an F-bomb. And he fucking went out.
Spike bomb in 2011, I thought it was legit because it got to the point where he was getting personal. He was going to tell a personal thing about Vince McMahon, and that's when they cut the camera.
That 100% was a work until it got personal, and I feel like it was just kind of boiling over during the promo.
I agree.
Where MJF's was personal from the get-go, but it got turned into a work after. Because obviously they're figuring something out. He's going to have a huge comeback at some point, but... Yeah.
And it's gonna be incredible.
I'm gonna say this now. He's gonna go to WWE. He's gonna be a WWE guy. He's gonna leave in 2024. He's not gonna fucking stick around AEW. You can quote me on that. AEW is too fucking packed right now.
I still think he's gonna beat CM Punk for the title, and then he's gonna drop the title to Wardlow.
It's not gonna happen, Dan.
No, it's not gonna happen.
I want it to happen. It's not going to happen.
No, it's not. He's going to go to WWE. He's going to say, fuck Wardlow. He's going to flame the shit out of Tony Khan. He's going to get his bucks. Then he go back to AEW and be like, hey, so look at that. I did become a WWE guy.
I don't know if I'll be a fan of him if he goes to WWE. Just for the simple fact that...
Because you're a fucking mark. Yes, exactly. See? That statement right there. No. That statement right there just shows he's a fucking AEW mark. Oh, I'm not going to be a fan of him if he goes to WWE. That is an AEW fucking mark right there. You just fucking confirmed it, you fucking mark. You fucking mark!
You're not even letting me explain.
I don't get you. You don't get to explain now.
The reason why
you get to fucking explain now, you fucking mark.
The reason why MJF is compelling is because of the shit he says, the way he acts. He won't be able to do that shit.
Gang soldier. You want some, come get some, bitch.
All right, no, seriously, Ben, like, we have to stop. We need to give Danny hustle, loyalty, and respect.
But I'm just saying, like,
anything else you guys want to talk about before we close off this week's episode?
Danny had something he was going on.
I was just going to keep going on by MJF, but we could talk about that another time. June 27th, Monday Night Raw, Laredo, Texas. John Cena's coming back.
And it's going to be absolutely amazing. And I guess he's
anniversary.
And I guess he's going to be starting an angle with Theory, which is going to be fucking great because Theory is the next John Cena, bro. He's the next John Cena. Like, and he even looks the part, and he's genuinely backing it up. So It's
Very
really
Would it
exciting.
be wrong of me to say I hope that Theory? I hope he makes Theory look good, but I hope Theory loses the title to John Cena so we can have one more United States title run, just as sort of like a throwback.
Where I'm open to that, I'm open to doing that, and then
If
having
Theory
him
gets
drop
a
it
rematch
at
right
Survivor
away.
Series, or drop it at
Eh,
Survivor Series.
I can see
Theory
that.
has to win the title against Cena.
Here's
yeah.
the thing.
That's gonna
Thing is,
happen.
though, he doesn't have to. John could win it. In theory, could take it back in November because Cena's schedule
that's
is
what I'm
open
trying.
from
No, but that's what
July,
I'm
from
trying to
June to
say.
November.
I'm
Yep.
trying to say if
So-
they're gonna let Cena beat him, he
Mhm.
has to be the one to beat Cena.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, 100%, absolutely,
Let us
because
know in the
that's the whole
comment section
plan.
below what you guys would do.
Let
Absolutely.
us know in the
Gonna
comment
happen.
section below some of your favorite John Cena moments through the years.
Seriously.
Definitely. But Ben, we're gonna let you get to close this off here because
Alrighty.
you got an announcement that you got to make.
All right, we are Wrestling Maniacs. As you guys could tell during my little tangent against Dan earlier, I decided to let go that I am indefinitely going on hiatus after this episode is concluded. There's some things life-wise, life kind of gets in the way with everybody that, you have to kind of clear up and, make some time for yourself, kind of mentally reflect on everything and just kind of be the best version of you that you can possibly be. So I had something happen recently where it kind of opened my eyes that I needed to do that myself. So it wasn't an easy decision, but it's only going to be very temporary rather. But I know, and what made the decision easier to, kind of come to grips with is knowing that this channel is completely locked down by the two best to ever fucking do it. You guys are going to be taken care of for however long this is going to be. But again, not forever, not long at all. Just need a little bit of time to recalibrate and kind of get things in check. But Don, that's it for me. So I'll let you take the episode and end it out, bro. Bring it out.
All right, and just so you guys know, Ben, is going to be taking some time, focusing on his mental health, and health is the most important thing that we all got to take care of.
Health is wealth,
Constantly grinding nonstop. Sometimes we got to focus on real life and stuff, which is a little bit why I got into my decision.
Yeah, man.
With Best One Network, which I made a whole video on that over on that channel for the people that want to check that out. But if you guys enjoyed this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling Talk Show honoring John frickin' Cena, make sure to
Hell
smash
yeah,
that
man.
like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're not a part of the thousands, the best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications. Links down in the description below. Go subscribe to all our channels and stuff. All the links are down below. And Ben, we're not going to be able to see you for a little bit.
Nah,
He's
you
gonna be
can't
like
see
John
me for a
Cena,
little bit. I'm going to be non-existent for a little bit. It's like I was never here.
So to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.